was a dark and stormy October evening when our usual teacher, Mrs. Thompson, suddenly fell, forcing the school to scramble for a last-minute substitute. As a junior in high school, I had seen my fair share of substitute teachers come and go, but none quite as mysterious as Mr. West. Mr. West arrived at our school the next day, a tall and imposing figure with a sense of eerie calmness that immediately set me on edge. His dark eyes seemed to pierce through me as he introduced himself to the class, his smile sending shivers down my spine. As the day went on, strange things began to happen. Students reported hearing whispers in the empty halls, and desks would mysteriously move when no one was looking. I tried to brush off these occurrences as mere coincidence, but deep down, I knew something was not right about Mr. West. One afternoon, I stayed behind after school to finish a project, and I found myself alone with Mr. West in the classroom. His smile was gone, replaced with a steely glare that made my blood run cold. He asked me to stay behind, claiming he wanted to discuss my performance in class. As he leaned in closer, I caught a whiff of something foul emanating from him, like decaying flesh. I tried to maintain my composure, but fear gripped me as his words took on a sinister tone. "You have potential, but you must learn to listen," he said, his voice sending chills down my spine. "I can help you, but you must obey me." I felt a wave of dread wash over me as I realized that Mr. West was not just a substitute teacher, but something far more sinister. His eyes seemed to glow with a malevolent light, and I knew I had to escape before it was too late. I ran out of the classroom, my heart pounding in my chest as I raced down the empty halls. I could hear Mr. West's heavy footsteps behind me, his voice echoing in the darkness, promising to make me pay for defying him. As I reached the exit, I turned back to see Mr. West standing in the shadows, his form shifting and melting into something monstrous and inhuman. I screamed and fled into the night, knowing that I had narrowly escaped a fate worse than death. In the days that followed, Mr. West was nowhere to be found, his name erased from the school records as if he had never existed. But I knew the truth, and I lived in constant fear that one day he would return to finish what he had started. The memory of that eerie substitute teacher haunted me for years to come, a chilling reminder that evil could lurk in the most unexpected of places.